Hi all, the purpose of this video is to run you through the subcontract agreement form for Tuff Group. This subcontract agreement should constitute the first step in building contracts administration policies, processes, and procedures for Tuff Group. As you can see here, this is the cover page. We don't need to insert anything in the cover page. You can see that this is still written, insert the project name. Most of the work which we will be doing in this form will be in the subcontract informations page. As you can see here, the subcontract informations page is content control fields which transfer the information within it to all the sections inside the subcontract agreement. So the subcontract agreement has several parts: the cover page, the table of contents, the schedule 1, which is then subcontract informations, and which is our main page or main schedule in this subcontract agreement. The second section is the subcontract instrument of agreement. All the data in the instrument of agreement will be filled automatically from the informations page. Then we have the schedule 2, which are the subcontract clauses, which I will give more informations about after I start filling the subcontract informations schedule. Then we have schedule 3. Schedule 3 is the subcontractor approval to work checklist. It is a routine procedure, which I think we already doing as part of our safety procedures, but I thought it will be good to insert it in the subcontract agreement. Here has insert subcontract agreement. When you see insert subcontract agreement, this means that this field will be automatically filled from the subcontract informations page. And we have schedule 4 is the document transmittal form. The document transmittal form has some important section which I will visit later on in this video. I would highly recommend that anyone who would you recommend to use this form to watch this video, because filling this subcontract agreement form is very easy, but we don't need to change anything within the contents, because I structured it to be as error-free as what you call it, easy interface as possible. Unless if you start changing within the document, then it will become a bit messy. Now, the next step will be identifying the workflow for contract administration within Tuff Group, which will indicate the boundaries or the limits for purchase orders that has to be accompanied with this subcontract form. Here I will start with the subcontract informations. We will have I'm thinking about an imaginary subcontract for, say, example, Carom Downs project for fencing work, and the subcontractor will be I&S Fencing. So I will start filling the subcontract information. So now the items which are not filled in the master program starts with the main contractor ABN, which is our ABN. I will give it just arbitrary number 2558877. The main contractor authorized signatory, I will add, for example, Travis Knight. The subcontractor I and S Fencing Pty Ltd. The subcontractor address, I will give it like an address which I know, 58 Houghton Parade, Rosanna, 23050, whatever. ABN, we will give also an arbitrary number, which is 58977425515. The subcontractor authorized signatory, his name is Cameron. Project is the project name is Caron Downs Reserve AFL Field. Project number 3587. Site address 1 whatever street, Frankston. 5. Purchase order number, say AM 000008. Trade discipline, field, fencing, subcontract sum 250,000. We can add the dollar here. Subcontract date, you can choose the date of the subcontract, say Tuesday the 27th. Security requirement 5% retention, or whatever we want to 5% retention. I would prefer the 5% retention. Start working hours, it is as per to our working hours. Start working days as per to Mass Builders Association of Victoria. Specific guarantee warranties, as this is if we need any specific guarantees to be provided. For example, for lighting, we would require 10 years warranty. Date of practical completion as per current program. So the program has to be attached with this subcontract agreement. Head contract, insert head contract number. So we will say as per for the head contractor, contract number 5585. The contract number is the number of the our original contract with the council. So it is the head contract is our contract with the council. The principal will be Frankston City Council. Governing law, you have the options: Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, Australian Capital Territories, and Tasmania. Hierarchy of subcontract documents. This is too important. It is the Schedule 1, which we are filling now. Subcontract instrument of agreement. Schedule 2, subcontract clauses. Schedule 3, which are subcontractor approval to work checklists. And Schedule 4 and whatever attachment we attach. I prefer always the specifications to be attachment 1, then drawings, then price list if there is a price list. Liquidated damages of head contract. This is the liquidated damages that we have signed off with the Council, say it is for francs. I'm not sure how much is it for Caram Downs, but say it is $5,000. Liquidated damages. The liquidated damages, the best way to measure it is to divide the subcontract amount, 250,000, by the uh, head contract by the head contract amount. Say if it is 2 million, so it will be around 8% multiplied by whatever liquidated damages we are paying per day. So if it is 5,000 for us as a head contract and this subcontract is 10%, so we will say $500 per day. This is in order to be fair with our subcontractors. We can, if the subcontract is crucial for us and might affect the critical path, we can increase this to be double of the percentage of the subcontract in comparison to the main contract. The fixed liability period, it should match the head contract. Whatever the fixed liability we have in the head contract should match match the subcontract, the fixed liability period. We always should link our subcontracts with the head contract. But when we are subcontracted, we always have to reject to be linked to the head contract. When we are in the stronger position, we should insist on that. Commencement date, this is the expected commencement date. So say 30th of August, 2019. Completion date, say 30th of the 9th, 2019. Milestone, if we have any milestones that are important for us, we have to insert it here. So completion, for example, completion of initial posts on footings on the 10th of on the 10th on 10 2019. If we have several milestones, we can insert them all also here under milestone 2 and milestone 3. Once we have the complete running contract administration function within the company, these milestones should be archived, and we should have a tracker of all the subcontract agreements milestones, which will make our management of our subcontractors much more efficient. Now we have filled the contracts information. What you will see, I will go back to the main page. You will see that everything within the main page have changed. Caram Downs AFL field, project number, purchase order number, the trade subcontract agreement, and you will see that all the footers, all the headers have automatically changed. Now, once we have completed this, we don't need to change anything within the document body. You will see that I&S fencing confirms that, I&S fencing confirms that. Now what we need to fill is to check. For example, if we will have, once we have our policies and procedures, we will have a brackets. So Within each bracket, some of these clauses will be effective, will be required, and some of these clauses won't be required. For anything more than, say, 60,000, 50,000, 60,000, I think we will require all the clauses to be included as part of the agreement. So now agreement sum, the complete clause for it, if we want to include it, there's what you call it, a list here, which has two variables. The first variable, this clause is included in this subcontract agreement and accepted by both parties. So say we are in a contract for 250,000, we will need all the clauses. So we'll come here and change it one by one. You might need some minor reformatting while you are doing this, but it is not a big issue. Here, capacity to undertake work. This clause should be in each and every contract. I will give you an example agreement of, for example, insurance. I think we would require it in some subcontract, and in some subcontracts we won't require insurance, so we can say this clause is excluded from this subcontract agreement. So once we have our policies and procedures, which I will be working on shortly, we will have definitive structure of which clauses has to be included and which clauses has to be excluded. There is something else that we need to change in the instrument of agreement. There is this job list which I have inserted. So this subcontract is a design and construct subcontract agreement. If there is a design element in the subcontract or a construction only subcontract agreement that does not include any design element. So for fencing work, say Cameron is responsible for the design, so we will give him the design element, and we will go down to the last part, the last clause. If it is design, we have to ensure that the last design responsibility clause is ticked, and this clause is included. Then we will have to check the subcontract approval to work checklist. I had two variables, which is confirmed. The other part which we need to fill, which is very important, is to confirm that everything that in the scope of work and in the preliminaries have been included and linked to the head contract. This checklist in Schedule 4, which is the document transmittal specifications and scope of work checklist, is crucial for any subcontract agreement. So here we have to insert the number of drawings which are included within our subcontract. Here we need to insert the specifications of the fencing works. We can just copy it and paste it from the head contract specifications, or if we need any changes to these specifications, we can just adjust it within the specifications, as the hierarchy of the documents says that whatever in the schedules is higher than the head contract specifications and head contract specifications and head contract drawings, we can insert other specifications within this schedule, and once we check all of these items that are included and that have been verified by the subcontractors, we can just go and change item by item to confirmed. I think I have covered everything about this document, and I would highly appreciate if this video is distributed to whoever will be required to fill this document. Have a good night and thank you.